Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, Ed. How are you?
I'm good. Good, thank you.
All right, folks, I think we have a quorum, and Bob, you can call the meeting to order.
Okay. We have a quorum. Anita?
I'd like to read the notice. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the provisions of the Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meetings Act by notice published in the Newark Star Ledger on the Lakewood Township webpage and filed with Lakewood Township Municipal Clerk. I'd like to take a roll call for attendance. Mr. Calabro.
Here.
Mr. Calabro is here. Oh,
Yes.
cool. He snuck in. Mr. Flansbaum.
Here.
Mr. Halverson. Mr. Katz. Mr. Schuster.
Here,
Hello.
I'm here.
I hear you.
Oh, good.
Mr. Stafford Smith.
Here.
Mr. Kirschner.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's have a flag salute.
You have the flag?
Right now.
Nice.
That's a flag.
I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag.
Got that, Anita?
To the republic for which it stands.
And
One nation.
one nation.
One nation
Under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty.
Justice
for all.
Justice for all.
Thank you, everyone.
Good job, Tommy.
Thank you. Had to get the plug in there. A little
I love
shameless
it.
plug.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Okay. Minutes?
The minutes were distributed to you, I think, over the weekend and again last night.
Yep. Move to accept the minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None? Seeing it,
Okay.
okay, minutes are accepted. Want to go to the statement of accounts?
Yes, the statement of accounts reflects our balances, our bank balances. We did receive payment from our stadium lease. We did, and also we received payments from another one of our land lease tenants. They have an annual $10,000 1 acre land lease, and we did receive payment from them just the other day. I believe all of our land leases are up to date with regard to paying.
Yeah.
We, of course, you'll see a lot of activity moving in and out. You know, we're purchasing a lot of fuel for the airports, so therefore you're going to see big numbers coming in and out because there's a lot of activity. Just looking for acceptance, and this again is a draft until I come up with a system that makes it everybody whatever they need to see, whatever we'll figure out what they want to see, what they need to see.
Okay, move to accept the bills.
Not the bills, the statement of accounts.
Statement accounts, pardon me, statement accounts. I'm sorry, I looked at the bill. I was just reading the bill list also. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Any? All right.
Aye.
It's acceptable. Statement of accounts.
Okay, the bill list reflects mostly standard bills.
Yep. Move to accept. Move to accept the bills. Yep.
Was seconded by.
Roll call. Mr. Calabro.
Yes.
Mr. Flansbaum.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Mr. Schuster.
Yes,
Mr. Stafford Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner.
Yes, except for item 4027.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. I have a quick couple of items to cover in my report before other things that I have in closed session. First, at the airport, as of this morning, from what I can see, it looks like the concrete has been poured. You'll remember that the Industrial Commission voted to purchase some picnic equipment to kind of expand the asset in terms of what's available for the public who comes out in larger and larger numbers to watch activity, takeoffs, landings, and so on and so forth. And it's really it's a nice community asset that way. A number of the schools take advantage of it as well, to have kids come out there and learn a little bit about aviation, and just have a kind of a field trip kind of environment. So putting out more picnic equipment, tables, and a couple of barbecue stations hopefully will enhance the experience for the public this summer. The product that we purchased requires a really stable base, and the pavement, the asphalt that we had there is kind of flimsy. It's not very deep. It's not very thick. So we actually poured bases, which I'm assuming they're going to set the tables fairly soon. So that's good news. The airport, and here, Bill, I'll be in touch with you after the meeting. For some time, we've seen increased helicopter traffic, and lately a fair amount of charter activity, as many of the businessmen in town look for alternate methods of travel, and certainly it's more direct and efficient for some of them to have planes come in and pick up 2, 3, 4 people and take them to various locations. So with all that activity coming in, there's now a demand for Jet A fuel, a fuel that we have not been selling, but certainly it's something that we've had our eye on for some time. So we solicited a proposal from the tank management people who did our previous tank work probably 8 or 9 years ago. They have provided us with a proposal, and I'm going to ask Bill or Jeff or someone to see if there's possibility somebody at Remington and Verdict that can help us assess the proposal and maybe solicit some other quotes so that we can get the best job. But certainly Jet A is a priority, especially as we have a helipad planned, and we're looking to prioritize more Jet A relevant traffic. So that's coming as well. One other item is our park and ride. So we've been keeping everybody updated. The park and ride is in development. If you drive by on Swarthmore, you'll see it. It's not always moving at a rapid pace, but we do expect that it's going to be completed before early summer, which is fairly soon. So I've been in touch with the mayor, and certainly before that's available to be in operation, we want to get a governing ordinance on the books. So I'm working with the attorney to find some sample ordinances that are used in other towns that have park and ride facilities. And I'm also soliciting from the board comments and ideas of points that we want to include in this ordinance. In many of the townships, parking lot ordinances have things like no overnight parking, no bus parking, no truck parking, etc., because we don't want to end up becoming just an overflow lot for someone's business. That's not the intent. The intent here is for this to be available for commuters and for other uses that we contemplate. So what I'd love to do here is authorization from the board to work with the attorney and the chairman and or any designee that he appoints to try and nail this down within the next week or so, and see if we can get something over to the township committee for them to begin working with, because the process of adopting the ordinance takes a number of weeks, and we need to get that in place before the lot is complete. So,
Steve, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for authorization to complete the work on a draft ordinance for the park and ride and submit it to the township before our next meeting. Our next meeting is not till next month. And
are we going to throw some ideas, spitball some ideas of what we want?
Yeah. So what I really would like to, I've already gotten some from 1 or 2 members of the commission, and what I'd like to do is basically make a laundry list of them essentially and incorporate it into the draft ordinance, submit it to the town so that the township can then, look at it, adopt what they want to adopt, cut out whatever needs to get, but that negotiation will then go on. The sooner we get the process started, the better for having an ordinance in place before the lot is complete.
Do we need a formal motion to move forward with that?
I don't know if we do. Sean, I think we just need indication from the board. If nobody has any objection, then that's the way we'll go.
Yeah, it sounds like a smart move, smart way to go.
Just an administrative roll call type thing. You don't have to do anything formal, Steve.
Perfect. Okay. Other than that, I have a number of things in closed session, so I'll hold the rest.
Steve, I have two questions for you. Number one is, I go there daily to the airport, and one day there were 6 tables, and yesterday there were only 5. One disappeared.
Well, no, it didn't disappear. I think they moved it because of the work that they were doing there, they moved it towards the, behind the ramp to the building. So it's there, but in any case, all those tables that you see there are being removed to bring in. Those were temporary placeholder tables. The actual tables that we have are more octagon shaped and just more solid. So you'll see them soon.
So the tables that are there, which are brand new, are not the tables.
They're not brand new. They're not brand new, and they're not the tables. Our brand new tables some have been assembled and some have not yet been assembled over at Public Works. And once the concrete has set and they're ready to put the anchors in with the tables, they'll be back. So hopefully in the next few days, you're going to see it fully laid out.
All right, my second question is, do we need another gas truck for the jet fuel?
No, our intention right now is just to enable we have a Jet A tank, and the intention would be that the vehicles, the aircraft that need to be fueled will be, taxiing up to that location, which is really available right now as well. It's not just the truck that can fuel. That's a service element, the truck. But really, anybody can roll their plane right up to those self-serve fuel stations, swipe a credit card, and fuel themselves. So it'll be the same type of thing, whether or not we have an attendant fueling up the helicopters or planes. We'll be operating from there. I don't think we want to look at a truck yet until we've established some kind of level of demand. So we'll see.
All right. That's your report?
That's it.
Okay. Attorney's report, John?
Chairman, just some items for closed session. Thank you.
Okay. Anita, any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay. Any old business, any new business to come before the board?
Only what we covered. There is one item there for the site review committee, Justin.
Yeah, well, I have, did we had a meeting after the last meeting, right?
Yes, so this is just reporting on that, basically, that we took no exception to those plans on Oberlin, and I think there was a question about some ingress and egress paths, and I think we deferred to traffic and safety to make the call on what was the best recommendations.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I have nothing more to add on that.
Okay.
All right, on the, Mr. Howard is not here, so what happened with our signs?
We're waiting. There's not much going on with it yet. We're still waiting. We needed the county to give us indication on how their rights of way would end up playing into that. We need to revisit that one. So we'll get back to it. And subcommittee, I think that we need to have a meeting because of the. I think we're a year away from the lease renewal or something. So we need to schedule that. Probably try and get that done in the next 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of updates that need to be discussed there also.
Okay. Marketing and public relations.
Thank you. The Chamber held a webinar on recycling for business, and I did the PR on that. They had good attendance. If anybody wants the slides from that meeting, let me know. I can get them to you. I was not able to attend the Economic Development Committee meeting for the MODC. First time I ever missed it. Steve, however, did go and gave a glowing report about Lakewood and our progress and commercial activity. The Shade Tree Commission held their annual Arbor Day planting at the Blue Claw Stadium. I did an article on that. On LinkedIn alone, we had almost 100 clicks, so that went over very well. They planted 3 crepe myrtle trees. And the last article I did, I didn't have a business-like photo, and since the LIC is a premier business group in town, I asked Anita, and she helped organize taking photographs of all our commissioners, and with the help of Karen Stafford Smith, most everybody met at the Strand Theater and had their photos taken. Steve is going to have his done now that he can shave. When can you shave?
We can already.
Okay, here you go. So I just want to remind you that if you have any PR you'd like me to do, you know, I'm more than happy to do that. I love to publicize the great things that are happening in our town. So thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. I don't see any public, so no comments from the public. And there are no resolutions, so we need a motion to go into closed session.
I move we go into closed session.
Okay. Second to that?
Eddie Schuster, second.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 I'd like to read the resolution into the minutes while we're all setting up. Whereas Section 7B of the Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meeting Act permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting under circumstances, and whereas this Industrial Commission of the Township of Lakewood is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, now therefore be it resolved by the Industrial Commission of the Township of Lakewood in the County of Ocean as follows. The public shall be excluded from discussion of private and confidential matters involving any of the 9 exclusions as set forth in Section 7B of said law and as hereinafter specified. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is follows. Contract negotiations and litigation. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter be made public only when the reasons for discussing and acting on them in closed session no longer exists. Said determination to be made by further resolution adopted by the Industrial Commission, and this resolution shall take effect immediately. The time is 11:49 a.m.
Hang on 1 second. All right, comments from the chairman.
Comments from the chairman. I have nothing to say right now.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for your inputs. And,
Any comments from the commissioners?
Any timeline on when we're getting back into the building?
Latest I heard is that they're working on it, and stay tuned anytime now. I know there's work going on to facilitate it, but I don't have a date. Sorry. Okay. Motion to adjourn, please.
Move it.
Second.
All right. Thank
Favor? Aye.
Here, everybody.
You guys.
All right, have a great day.
you.
Bye, everybody.